Good morning, this is Sirena Nereida with Celestial Soul Wellness, and thank you for watching this video. Today we are talking about the solar eclipse. This is wonderful. This is a solar eclipse in 29 degrees Pisces, and that is considered a critical sign, especially because it's at the end of the zodiac, and then we move over to the beginning of Aries. So it's done a complete cycle. And a little bit about eclipses just before we continue is we need to realize or understand that eclipses come in groups, okay? So every 18 years we have the same theme or the same series, S-E-R-I-E-S, okay? Not like serious, of eclipses. And so this eclipse is emanating what happened 18 years ago. So if one could think back, what happened in their lives 18 years ago, okay, they're going to get an idea of the themes that are going on with this eclipse, okay? So, for example, if you got a big career change, all right, or you finished the university, yep, those things are going to be likewise. Maybe you bought your first home. Well, you may be buying, something major this year, okay? If you had to separate from certain loved ones, perhaps it's going on again. What is happening is the universe, God, source, God uses, okay, the universe and all the patterns. Understand that the universe is very mathematical and goes by patterns, all right? It's not a belief system. People say, oh, astrology, you believe in that? And I'm like, and I'm looking at them going, I don't understand that phrase. I'm going, I think maybe they messed up on their words or they're confused. It's not a belief. It is what it is, all right? Now, if one chooses not to know how to implement astrology in their life, well, that's their issue. It's just like saying, well, I don't understand how to implement math in my life. Well, there you go about finances and building things, okay? But it is what it is. So there's no belief or not. Anyway, so with this eclipse, okay, we are emanating those same themes. Now, since it's in Pisces, now we're going to go back to Pisces. I want to go real quickly of this Sabian symbol, all right? It's a Sabian symbol of what it represents. So, here it says, a woman just risen from the sea, okay? A seal's embracing her. What does that mean? A woman just risen from the sea and the seal's embracing her. All right, well, that's a lot to be said, okay? Almost reminds me of that Cure song, Lost and Lonely, bringing the woman out. And, well, right there, the sea is always known to have feminine essence. When we think of the sea, I know in Spanish we say el mar, but a lot of poets will say la mar because of that connection with the feminine essence, okay? The sea has its calm places, and I mean, after all, we have the Pacific Ocean, okay? And then we have our tormented times. Well, that is a lot like the feminine energy. When it is calm and positive, it is giving, okay? But when it is devastated and it's within the storm of it all, it is wrecking and destroying everything in its path. That's why it is the same feminine essence that could give women their inner beauty, and they are sharing it. And though someone might look at it and go, God, look how beautiful that person is, even though they're not so remarkably made up and, clothes all done and everything, but because they are giving from that wonderful feminine essence, okay? But then, at the same time, we have a woman all made up, and looking like a woman, but she is creating wrath and destroying everything and arguing and just just giving out that negativity, and all of a sudden you see that, what, my son would say, the witch. It's just like, oh, no, okay? So we need to understand that the shadow side of the feminine essence can destroy. And the bright side of the feminine essence can create and heal and nurture and produce, okay? And so with this, now it is saying that the woman has risen and yet is embraced with, the seal. It is one with nature, coming from, almost as if we can imagine Yemaya, emerging, okay? And it's ready to give, and it's ready to create and nurture and heal, okay? One with nature and all. This is what it's going on with this theme of the eclipse. It is time to love, to nurture, to create and heal, okay? But by using as tools, as mechanisms, as our own technology, the universe, the nature, okay? To be one with that and to understand the flows, the currents of what is going on in our life. I get these wonderful clients, and some of my clients will get in touch with me. So I got this happened again, and this happened again, and that word again. I look at them or I'm listening. I said, and what have you noticed? All of us, including life coaches, including everybody, we're all here. That means we're still growing, okay? There's no master who is not still growing, okay? And being evolved, just so you know. But when a person comes to a life coach or to a master or to someone of guidance and mentoring, we have to take in effect that they're going to be a little bit strict with us, and they're going to, or we are going to be strict with you, because as a life coach, okay, because we're here to, hey, snap out of it. So sometimes we have to take into account when we say this is happening again, we are being victims. And that is the shadow side of Pisces. Pisces likes to play the victim. I didn't have anything to do with it. I don't know how this happened. Oh, woe is me, gosh. And then they'll get into this negative, dramatic, oh, that life is not worth living. And you're just looking at them going, whoa, They're also known to be one of the best actors, aside from the Leos. I know the Leos are all like, hey, we're the better actors, okay? But anyway, they can get down into that psyche and they absorb all their environment. So if a Piscean is around happy people, they're happy, having a good time, and they're woohoo, all right? But if they're there and listening to someone's sob story, guess what's going to happen within 15, 20 minutes? They're going to sit there and they're going to want to bleed themselves too, And that is when we have to go, whoa, 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 whoa. We need to stay grounded. Whose energy is this? And that's very important during this time, because when we are at a critical degrees of 29, like 29 Pisces, we are evolving. We are going now to the next dimension. We have already been prepared since 2012. My goodness, we've been having the Pluto-Uranus, conflicts going on. And then we had the solstice, all right, the ending of the Mayan calendars, passing the galactical point and evolving to the next dimension. Well, this is more or less the whole thing saying, let's go, okay? It can't stay here anymore and just pretend things are not changing. For the best, by the way. Things always change for the best. It's our attitude and the way we maneuver the tools in our lives when we say it's for the negative. Okay, change is good, because change means we have either accomplished or mastered that side or that part of our life, and it's now to move on, okay? And or change says also too is you need to go in a different direction, or we need to go in a different direction. I mean, heck, I've been stubborn too, Now I try not to let the universe throw a brick on my head, but one of the reasons in most of us, as you can see as life coaches, is because we understand suffering, we understand being in situations, but the key thing is to find out, what is it? What part do we have in creating that pattern in our lives, okay? And if it's a negative pattern, we cannot say, this is happening to me again, okay? So, because if it's a positive pattern, you're like, whoa, yay, this is great. We also have control of that. We are creating that positive pattern. But if it's a negative pattern, we need to realize, what is it that's going on? What part is it my fault? And well, we're all human. First of all, give yourself, take a deep breath, and then say, what have I noticed when this happens? How have I reacted, or what have I done? That could be encouraging that part. And so by taking total control and taking active responsibility, that's the only way we're going to change the negative patterns in our lives, all right? And that's very important, because then we control our life, we control what's going on, and we get more opportunities of happiness and optimal well-being. Okay, now, this is a time too for a lot of compassion that's necessary out there. So now I'm going to go over, let me just write my notes for you guys. Okay, I write everything down so that way I put it in the description. Okay, so now let's go over the general aspects of what's going on with this eclipse. I talked about already Pisces, okay? And so we have here in its critical degrees, just so you know, we have Pluto that's squaring off Eros, that is squaring off Uranus, that is conjunct Mars. Wow, there's a lot of passion going on, okay? We had a direct squaring off of Pluto and Uranus. Actually, it's happening, 2 days ago. And so we are still feeling the effects of it, okay? And I mean, unfortunately, usually when that happens, that's when we hear about mass shootings and devastations and things like that, okay? And it's just because Uranus is sudden and spontaneous, and Pluto, all right, is all the psychological gunk that's coming up. Now we have Pluto in Capricorn, so you Cappies have been dealing, especially if you're beginning of Cap in the first decade, meaning between 1 and 10 degrees. Okay, you have been dealing with all this stuff already for the past couple of years, all right? You middle Cappies are getting it, those between 10 and 20 degrees. So that would be like those between January 2nd all the way to the 12th, 13th, 14th, okay? So you guys are getting it right there, all right? I expect to hear more phone calls from Morgan, from my Cappy, middle Cappy friends there. And it's just, the good thing about Capricorn and having all that psychological issues, Capricorn is rooted, okay? It likes stability, but Pluto is the god of the underground. It goes in deep, so it'll take those roots from Capricorn, okay, and just split it apart all the way up, not realizing until those branches start coming apart for the Capricorn and those leaves and everything, and then they realize how deep those problems, that attack on that tree. Imagine a tree and how the attack started way down deep with the roots all the way inside the ground, okay? So this is an opportunity for Capricorns and all of us to really reanalyze what is going on with us. How do we see ourselves? How do we see our values and our moral issues? How do we pride ourselves and find worthiness and deservance and love is, are we seeing it through other people's eyes, or because we actually agree to those ideas? Okay, a lot of people say I'm free, I'm unique, but at the same time they want to be free, yet they don't make a move unless they think, how would it be according? Okay, we are so integrated with society and other people's ideas that sometimes we think we are actually unique when we're actually maybe just a mixture, okay, cumulative of different ideas put together. So now we have it with Uranus is in Aries. Now Aries is such a okay sign. It's your firecracker. Okay, if you have your moon in Aries, your sun in Aries, you know, you go off, and then after you're like, got all that steam out of me, now I'm better. Okay. And now we have Uranus in there. That's a spontaneous sign, so it's like, okay. So now that means when the buildup of Pluto is getting, all right. Now we have Eros, all right. And Eros, let me just make sure here, is conjunct actually Uranus with Mars. You have a lot of passion there because Mars is also passion, drives, and sex, okay? And a purposeful and Eros, well, you got all that there too, okay? So with Uranus, we got a lot of okay? It's not just destructive, like, you know, but it's going to have. And what is also very passionate is the way we feel about something. I mean, look at me right now when I'm explaining this. I'm just like, you know, yes, can you feel it? Okay? And can you just sense it all coming from inside, you know? But it also is anger. Aside from the way we interlace ourselves sexually, it is also our anger. So what's very important at this time is watch your jealousy, watch being possessive, okay? Remember, we're not allowed to really own anyone, okay? We're not really allowed to possess anyone. Are you being jealous when you shouldn't, you know? That means there's a lack of communication between the partners or with the children, okay? Make sure if you must get angry, I mean, I'm not telling you now let a child run a wreck in the house. It's like, oh, well, you know, Sirena said I cannot punish my child. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying everything grounded and balanced, okay? Because we can't just let people walk all over. It's just because we're saying, well, it is Pluto square in Uranus, and I want to keep the harmony because I'm fearing any kind of retribution, you know? Not necessarily so either, okay? Use common sense. Please, you know, everything in balance. Okay, another thing we need to also be observant is that we do have Neptune that is conjunct both Mercury and Chiron. So now, usually we would say there's a lot of confusion in Mercury ways of communicating because Mercury being conjunct Neptune, but Neptune is behind Mercury. So Mercury's already past it, though it's conjuncted, and it's on its way to healing with a Chiron. Okay, it hasn't reached there yet. So what is going on is there's that opportunity. All right, we are seeing through, you know, the clouds, what we were all confused about. Now clarity is showing up and opportunities of what? Healing. And you know, going with that is opposite Neptune is Reiki, okay, the asteroid Reiki. And so that's hanging out there. Actually, yes, in Virgo. So we're getting not so just opportunities to heal, all right, coming up with Chiron, with the wounded healer. But we have been usually in opposition is going to be hard and difficult, but because it's of healing, it's a little bit more direct. So yes, situations are happening, okay, in our communication, dealings with siblings and technology and our cousins, okay, or in our neighborhood. Even technology includes cars, any kind of communication or transportation. But there's an opportunity, all right, to see it for what it is and to heal and make necessary adjustments so that way we don't have these problems again, okay? So that isn't a positive. Always take things in a positive light. So, and now let's continue just real quickly. We have Saturn, all right, that is opposite of Neruda. And I like to bring out Neruda because, oh, wow. A very poetic, almost like a Piscean person, because it is so poetic and just so can feel, and the intensity, and has been exiled, all right, you know, but at the same time it gives and really wants to help out society. So what does this mean, being opposite? Well, that means Neruda is in Gemini, you know, the people. And it's saying, okay, we need to, you know, maybe it's gotten too deep in the ideas. We need to think about what's really going on. And then Saturn, aside, opposite of it, in Sagittarius, is giving opportunities to stabilize itself, especially because it's retrograde. Remember, starting any new venture, relationship, project, business, while Saturn is retrograde, is denoting that it's going to be one that's laden with obstacles, okay, or conflicts and difficulties. So what if you must start something now? Well, do as you must, but come September, okay, and if I'm not mistaken, because yeah, it's let me just make sure. Yes, we have in August, okay, August 1st, sorry, August 1st. Come August 1st, Saturn goes direct. So if you must start something, make it like a pre-opening probation period, and then not until August 1st make it official. Do it like another grand opening. Or if you are starting a relationship now, you know, maybe make it into a new level. Say, you know, we're just dating now, but if you find that you still like the person in August, that's always nice. Then you can make it something a little bit more substantial, you know. So saying, okay, now we're just dating, us two. I don't know how. There's different things going on in our society right now, and I just like to respect it all. But the point is it's best to confirm and make it a more the commitment in any venture that you're doing or project come August 1st, okay? So let's see here, other things going on, you know, also too, is because of with Pluto, this is happening in the first house of this whole eclipse, all right? We do have the eclipse happening in the third house of communication, so there is opportunities of the neighborhood, things just going awry, which also means in society people are not putting up with things anymore. You're gonna notice there's this whole lot of people, and I'm very, you know, supportive of it. We want GMO free. We want labeling on our food, not just barcodes. We want to know what is in there. We have a right to know if and choose if we want to poison ourselves or not, and not just go by what some FDA personnel who is being paid by some lobbyist who is working for another big company or corporation of pesticides and GMO, genetic modified seeds and stuff like that, telling us what is good and what isn't. We have the responsibility to do our own research and really be in that. Make sure you're in touch with a good nutritionist. You know, follow my Facebook. I put everything up there, okay? Spiritual things besides nutrition, and really to help you take command of your life. If you are complaining about obesity, you're complaining about certain back pains and headaches and migraines, panic attacks and all that, that is saying that you don't want to take control of your life. You want to be a victim. And any friend of yours that's going to encourage it and not just look at you and say, you know, that's past 3. You don't get to complain about the same thing past 3 times. It's time to do something different. Okay? That's a real friend. a friend who's just gonna, oh, poor thing. It's because they are lazy too, and they're gonna want to do the same thing, and you guys are bringing each other down. That's not real friendship. That is, you know, couple suicide, really. So I know I sound harsh, but you know what? Someone's got to be honest, okay? I'm very compassionate with my clients. You come to me and I'm listening and I'm helping, but the thing is too, you understand that you are watching me, or a healer, or a nutritionist, because you want your life changed. We're not here to babysit and just say, okay, you know, no, you want changes. So, you know, you can say what you want to say. It doesn't matter. The choice is I see many times, even when I was teaching, I would see teachers get together with other sick teachers and other sick teachers sitting there, or complaining teachers, and then they are telling each other how to heal one another. And I'm looking, I'm going, well, it sure didn't work for you. How do you expect it to work for someone else? And the person is so out of their head that they're like, oh, right, let me try that. And I'm standing there, and they all know I was healthy and everything, and I'm like, and would they ask? No. And it just amazes, because many of us healers are standing right there, and we see things, and we, you know, we hear people saying stuff, and they know we're healers, and we just see two sick people collaborating on how to get sicker. But we cannot force you to get better. It's not our place. If one wants to get healthier, you come to the healer. And that's what's very important. That's the first important step. So, okay, anything else? Yes, we have Sappho conjunct Venus and Taurus. So this is a time too of a lot of love and sensuality, not sexuality, sensuality. Taurus likes all that nice comfort zone, okay? And, you know, well, Lilith in Scorpio is not going to be causing too much problems there. And, oh, we have Amor conjunct Vesta in Aquarius. So this is a lot of love of society and giving and creating the hearth, okay? Especially in Aquarius. So we're trying original ways. We're finding other methods. And we're really thinking about how it can serve society. Because when we're healthy, when we're happy, we are an optimal being, and we can contribute to society. I mean, one, we are always constantly growing. Second, we should always show compassion and kindness, you know. And third, how is it that we can contribute and give back, you know, kind of like Kennedy, you know. Though you said don't ask what the government could do for you, what you could do for the government. But, you know, there are certain things the government could do for us, like the real care, like we were supposed to, we were all in for saying, just like Europe and Canada, where you just go get sick and, well, hopefully you don't get sick, but if you do, you could go to any clinic and not worry about insurance, you know, you just being a citizen or on that, you know, country deserve it. So I remember when I was in Spain, if I had anything, I could just go into any clinic. There was no problem. There was no questions asked. It was just like, whoa, you know, and that's what our taxes should be paying for. It's just my simple opinion, you know, though. Not pushing it out there, just, you know. So anyway, let's see, and that's more or less it in a nutshell, okay? Well, we have Vertex conjunct Jupiter retrograde. So Jupiter retrograde is still a time of introspection and meditation and taking time within ourselves, okay? And with the Vertex, there's opportunities, sudden opportunities to really take hold, because Jupiter retrograde, being in Leo, we are being kings of ourselves and queens. We must do, okay? We cannot allow it to do for us. I know there's some people, I mean, Reiki's all nice, and you know, I started on my whole healing thing with Reiki. And a lot of people, I get contacts and people calling and say, oh, you know, how much is Reiki? And I'm like, well, what's going on? What do you need? They're like, oh, I need some Reiki. That's like self-medicating, saying, hey, you know, going to the drugstore saying, I want this, I need this, when really one doesn't realize that if we are sick, it's because we got other issues going on. And so it's really interesting when people go to healers, especially of multiple healing modalities, and they want to prescribe themselves. And you're like, you don't do that. You can't do that. You know, you need to find out what's going on. Now, if you want to be just an emotional vampire or energy vampire, well, that's different. You know, just like, hey, you know, I really don't want to get better. I just want some of your energy so I can mask the situation and make it through another week. Okay. So really taking account of what's going on within yourself. No more playing the victim, okay? Time to make the change. Stop blaming other people. We have all had our own part of whatever crap that's hitting the fan with us. And I'm not saying eclipses mean crap that hits the fan with any situation, okay? If your love life's going down the drain, what are you not opening your eyes to, okay? And if your work is going down the drain, what is it you're not seeing? Okay, if your home situation, if your children's situation, all right, you got to take more control, and it is what it is, you know? So, thank you, and I'm going to, the next part is the individual zodiac forecast, okay? So thank you for watching this part, and stay tuned. This is Sirena Nereida with Celestial Soul Wellness. So we're back. This is Sirena Nereida, and we're talking about the solar eclipse that's happening on the 20th of March, 2015. It's happening at the critical degrees of 29 degrees Pisces. All right, so let's do the individual forecast. We have zodiac forecast. Uh-oh, this is dropping. Stop. Okay, so this is happening at the critical degrees, as I said, of 29 degrees Pisces. Now, for each one, because it's at 29 degrees Pisces, we're seeing stuff happening in one house and it's trickling over into the second house. But I'm also going to add, because what has occurred or what has been occurring, we're still feeling the influence of that Pluto-Uranus squaring off, okay? And so we're going to see how it's all intertwined, you know, and laced together to create this whole new direction that we need to be going in life. So let's start off. We always start off with Aries, and Aries, we're having opportunities. The way you presenting yourself, the way you see yourself, and others are going to see you, is going to change. You're doing a lot of meditation. You've been having a lot of stuff going on the past since 2012. With Uranus and Pluto squaring off there in your sign. And so you've just been having sudden eruptions, sudden things, and you're just exhausted. And it's going to now settle, okay? You had to do more or less what you had to do. Now you get to do somewhat of what you want to do and some of the passion, which is a good thing, especially because we have the new moon next, you know, next month, okay? So all those things have been just... coming out and exploding, and don't take it personally. It has to happen. So this is a good time to take an introspective look of yourself. Really take some time. Go out to the forest, meditate, go to the beach. Just be alone, even if it's on your balcony, okay? Put on your earphones if you have nothing else, you know, if you can't get a hold of some good music or hum. And just really, really be one with Mother Gaia, with the universe, God, and put it out there. You know, prayer is when we ask for something. Meditation is when we're quiet and we learn to listen for the answers of what we asked for. Huh? Okay, so, and by doing that, it's also going to give you a different look of and changes of how you see authority, what's going on in your career, and how that is, you know, how are you as a supervisor or an employer or as a father, because it's your 10th house of the father energy, the masculine energy, and yet is it maybe you want to go into business for yourself now, all right? But it's how you see yourself, and you're growing in that masculine essence and being responsible for other people, okay? And you're like, I've been responsible for other people. I'm tired of it. Yes, but they need your guidance because you're so good at it, all right? And so that's really something that's been developing within you. And it's going to have opportunities to grow, okay? And also know, well, I mean, the way you get to expand yourself, not here, okay? We're talking about expansion here, your energies, you know, your soul and how you evolve. All right, thank you, Aries. Taurus, wow, Taurus. Okay, you are having a lot of time. You've had some eclipses in your sign the past 2 years ago, just changes. Okay, you're also having you had Saturn opposite of you, so you're like, oh, your partnerships have been rearranging. You like stability. You are fixed. In fact, once something is there, you don't want to move from it. You're like, this is good for the rest of my life. Okay. In fact, a lot of you Taurans like astrology because you're like worried. Instead, take astrology as a guide of how to maneuver like a car through the road, as opposed to, oh no, now this is going to happen. How am I going to ever hang? Okay, it's automatic, all a matter of perception. So, Taurus, you know, taking some time, hopefully you getting opportunities to heal yourself, maybe taking some healing classes or going to a healer, all right, being part of yoga, being part of Mother Nature, meditating more, just taking some time to relax and enjoy yourself by yourself, though, not with all the chatter and the vampire energies that people are stealing from you, okay? Energetic vampires, I should say. And so this is also giving you opportunity to connect, you know, to the metaphysical world, to the universe. And you're going to probably take some classes there, maybe even teach a class foreign languages or cultures, all right, that are far away, could be even cooking. And how the different perspectives can change the way you maneuver yourself in life. And because of all that, what's going to open up to are your goals, the goals that you had 5 years ago, 10 years ago, better yet, yeah, you know, are changing completely because you're no longer that person, all right? You have changed, and it's like that teenage boy who has that car. I know, like I had a car that I wanted, you know, when I was younger. And I look now and I'm like, yeah, I don't need it. It's not practical, you know. It's not going to actually do anything except be able to say, I finally got it. And I could get something better, you know. So really we need to think about our goals. And also because of all the introspective time and meditating and healing and being one with Mother Nature and the universe, our friends are changing. They are no longer what we need and what we're willing to share with, because they are going in different direction. We are going in different directions. So this is a good time to say thank you for the journey. Thank you for your company. Give me a call whenever you're in town, but I am now going into a separate direction, and it's okay. It's all right, you know, even if it's a loved one. Gemini, Taurus, may have a wonderful solar eclipse. Gemini. This is, oh my gosh, your friends are changing completely. Things are going all around. In fact, are you being friends with people at work? Or is your lover your friend? Now, are the people you're making loans with now your friends? Stop. Ground, okay? You need to ground. And so you're taking time out to really give to other people, to offer, okay? And not ask so much in return, you know? Because work environment has changed, you know, so has your friendship and your goals. And so, and that is also going to, because of those goals, this is a time to, in the work environment changing, a time to transform yourself, because we are allowing something to die. Just let it go. Whatever it is that wants to leave, just let it go. Take a deep breath in. Relax, have enjoyed the journey, and give it some energy, and then move on. Okay, this is a great opportunity to really regenerate yourself, transform yourself, be like Madonna, Vogue, all the different styles. I think Lady Gaga does that too. I don't know, is she even in style anymore? Anybody tell me? Oops, I really don't listen to contemporary music there. Anyway, so an opportunity to just really reinvent yourself, and with that you getting to reinvent those energies, all right, and really focus on what is it that you have to offer, and you can offer that at work, a new career even, all right. What is it that you're focusing on? So this might be a time where you're paying off, or you're making a new loan, or becoming involved with a partner of exchange energies. Remember, the 8th house is also dealing with, and I say the 8th house because that's where your Pluto-Uranus square is going in there, okay? So maybe your friend is now turning into a lover. You had a lover who was a friend, or a lover is now just, you guys decide to go your separate ways and just become friends. All right, so that can make a difference. You might be able to get work through a friend or a lover also, all right, or an opportunity of a payment, a loan payment, or to get a loan even. So some things to consider, right? Thank you, Gemini. May you have a wonderful solar eclipse. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. Things at work are changing. Your career, the way people see you, the way you're reaching out to the world, okay, from faraway lands and the metaphysical. I'm just thinking, it's just, and it's all happening because you're getting a push from, your partnerships there, okay, and that partnerships is just like really giving you that little flame inside and opening up and just like, whoo, and it's allowing you to see life and see the universe metaphysically, esoterically, and spiritually. And it's not just seeing it, but you're getting a chance to share into it. And that's very important, because sometimes, we can say, this is nice. But if you don't get to share that information, if you don't get to, just express it with someone else, then sometimes it's no good. A lot of people won't change their lifestyle. They'll continue treating their bodies badly, eating a certain bad way, because they have no one to share, the new diet regime or the new workout. And so they get a little bit sad and frustrated and say, oh, well, they don't want to do it alone. But this is a time, too, that you, by who you are, can be that person, a partner, to share it with others, all right? And it's going to give you a lift for your career. You're exposing yourself more. Keep it clean. Rated PG or G, okay? We are not... Okay, I could just imagine someone say, expose? All right? You're getting more view time with other people. So enjoy that. Also, the way you see authority figures is changing, Cancer. And if you are being that authority figure in your field, at your career, okay? So your connections with the father, the father energies in your life, and the masculine energies are expanding and starting anew. So this is really interesting, and it's going to be something happy for you. It's always happy. It's just a matter of perspective. Okay, Leo. Oh, goodness, Leo. Wow, we have things changing. Well, your daily life has been changing. Your schedule, the way you look upon health, okay? And you're just going, oh, but those back pains and those headaches, because that's what Leos do, right? They get migraines because they're so dehydrated, and they drink a lot of caffeine, and heart problems, okay? And so please be careful. Please be careful. Drink a lot of alkalized water. Drink a lot of spring water, Stay away from purified water and all those other bottled waters, all right? And eat alkaline combination meals, all right? If you could do more fruits and vegetables, more power to you. Just lay off anything with gluten, lay off the pastas, anything pre-made, anything in box, can, bag, plastic. If it's not fresh, Okay, so I know you like your meat, Leo, and that's good, so go ahead, go, I don't want it to strip everything away from you, but your health is now very important, and so you're starting a new health routine. Maybe you're starting to walk or work out, swim, okay, or even go running. And all that is good for you, besides changing your eating habits. And maybe also your eating habits are going to give you, you're learning from other cultures, you're cooking and learning how to cook, and maybe you're going to make some curry chicken. If you are Leo, invite me, okay? And and also you're getting an opportunity to transform yourself by being more healthy. Excuse me, by being more healthy. Oy. You're getting an opportunity to open yourself and to really reinvent who you are. You're letting go of certain things and habits you no longer need, okay? And seeing what is it that you can implement into your life. All right. So and you're being more spiritual. I'm not saying religious, but spiritual. So whomever, God, source, universe, the great white spirit, Thor, the other day we were having a meal, and all of us were praying there, and the person gave thanks to Thor, and I hadn't heard that one in a while, so I thought that was I don't want to say cute because I don't want to insult their culture, but I thought that was really nice. And but by all means, allow yourself to bring in some beauty and health back into your life. Take some time for you. It's also an opportunity to pay off some bills and open up some new ones, okay? So if you need a loan, it is a good time. Just though I would actually wait, if I were you, until after August 1st, because any loan or any new projects taken with Saturn retrograde is going to make it difficult. Unless you yourself have Saturn retrograde in your natal chart, it makes it more difficult. Excuse me. All right, Virgo, this is happening with all this transformation, getting opportunities for loans, paying off and to transform yourself and reinvent yourself. But in all this too is your partnership dynamics are changing, and also the dynamics with your children. You're wanting more fun in your life, more diversion, more dance a little, okay? Who cares who sees you? Go see a movie, go to a play, be in a play, be part of an actor group, okay, true. Maybe do one with your children, and just go out there and have more fun, and and just really, you guys are so analytical, you're so detailed, which is always nice. I mean, you probably did who knows how many people's taxes, this season, and you're working on the bills, or maybe you're an accountant. You're so good with all the money and details like that, and but it's some time to look for you. Also to understand what dynamics, what is it that you need in romance? What is it that you need in a partnership, okay? Maybe your business partnership or your romantic partnership. Well, not necessarily romantic, but any kind of partnership that requires some kind of contract, either oral, not contact, contract. Yeah, I know some people are thinking oral contact. No, okay. I'm just trying to make you laugh. Silly joke, okay? Forgive me. So anyway, or not. So any kind of contract, okay? Either be it oral, written, understood, handshake, spit on the hands, blood, but any kind of understood contract. Those dynamics are changing, because sometimes when a partner changes their needs, and then what's going to happen is they need to alert the other people, and it's going to adjust also. So being very aware of that is very important, okay? And so let's go to, let's see here. And we got, sorry, my leg itch, Libra. Let's see here, Libra, we got things going on in your house, your basis of your house. Maybe you're inviting someone into your home, or you're leaving the home, okay? Things are no longer what they were. Your home base needs to change. Your health needs to change, Okay, you had in your progressive sign, you had Scorpio hanging out there. So 4 years ago, you just went through all these changes, and you're just like, I need to get it together. And you're so worried about not being alone that you're not being true to yourself, and you're not rooting yourself, and you're not stabilizing yourself. And then what's happening is people are pushing you away, and you're wondering why. Well, you're not stable. You don't know who you are. You're just trying to survive, but you don't know who you are. Without all the mass of what's your career, or if you have children or not, mother, father, who are you? And revisit that. Offer that. Know who that is. And really think about those things. And especially because we have the North Node in Libra, so you want to do things harmoniously, but number one partner you need to be harmonious with is with yourself. Take a deep breath in with that, and really just enjoy it and let it go, okay? And really start in and seeing how your daily life is going to change in your health, okay? Back in the summertime, with the last eclipses there, you might have decided to go a little bit, have a lot of fun. And now we're saying, let's focus on the health part of it. How much fun have you had? Are you really, being balanced with that? Or did you go to the extreme? And then also, too, you're having opportunities to change those partnerships. And what you need is very different. You thought you needed one thing, but what you need is it's been changing. And so, you knew that, but now it's kind of sinking in. And so taking that into effect. Also too is that knowing all that, needing to change your health, how you're dealing with your daily life, and those things that you need, the whole basis of you, your home, how you see your home. So maybe you're getting a chance to renovate, or your hearth, your inner hearth is changing, okay? And that's a good thing. Anytime we change, it means we are evolving, and we're going hopefully for the better, okay? So don't take it so negatively. Be aware. Start juicing, get some detox a little, and good luck with that, with this solar eclipse. Okay, Scorpio. Now we're having changes in your everyday life because of your romance, and maybe you're having a new romantic partner, or things going on and being involved with children through your cousins or through your neighborhood or your brothers, sisters. And that communication is really allowing, okay, for that to expand within to your fun sector of your life, which that means it's going to change your daily routine. Make sure, though, that that fun sector is not going to the extreme where your health is getting worse and you're not feeling too good, okay? So make sure you're keeping your health in high regards. Start walking, running, making that a focus. Also, it could be maybe you're getting a new sheep. I say that because small pets are in your 5th house and big pets are in the 6th house. And so we're seeing the changes in the 6th house here. And so maybe you're getting a big dog, a Rottweiler or a Doberman, or a greyhound, okay, or a baby bear. I know I'm being ridiculous, but somehow you're getting some kind of change there, all right? And so that is good, will help you with your health and get going. So eat more alkaline meals, drink more alkaline water or spring water. It'll help you and you get better. Trust me. Okay, so, and remember, Scorpio, I said too, is the ideas of what you consider are necessary for your romantic relationships and how you deal with your children, okay, or children that are involved in your life. It's going to change, okay, and that change is really going to be to your benefit. Pay attention to your technology, transportation, because that's also ruled by third house. Maybe you're taking a class or you're teaching a class where children are going to be involved, and you get to share, okay, this diversion that you have. And you're going to be using technology. Technology also includes your car, you know, any kind of energetic exchange of energy. I know, drew a blank. And so, you know, that is also could be maybe you're taking a healing class, all right? Because it is an exchange of energy. When we feel the energy and it just expands and expands and expands, and we play with that ball. Okay, oh, I can feel it there. All right, so something to consider. Thank you, Scorpio, and I know you are going to get Saturn going back into your sign just for a little. It's only going to really hit the people, the Scorpios in the last decade of Scorpio, so you people in the beginning 20 are cool, you know, but it's going to let you revisit anything that you needed to adjust to make sure and put the little, you know, swap the fringes that were left, okay? So just take a breather, and good to stabilize those finances now. Okay, Sagittarius, this is happening in your changes, the way you deal with children, the way you're having fun is all changing, and maybe you're going to be able to make some more money because you're going to be part of a you're taking up another job that is going to be more involved with children or fun or acting or diversion. Maybe, you know, you're getting a chance to film something or be a part of an acting troupe, or you're going to get the opportunity to, you know, maybe teach soccer to the kids, a soccer team, all right? But this is also going to be good because it's changing your hearth and what's going on here, and you needed that change. And so this is going to allow you also to see the morals and the way you really looked at things. Is it the way you see it, or are you just going through a pattern that's been instilled in you many decades ago, and you aren't realizing that you're basing upon that pattern as opposed to what you logically know and feel that you need, but you keep going back to that. And so is that hindering you, or is that making it better? So think about that and think how you can make it better, and it's going to trickle that down then to your children and the children in your environment, and how you have fun and how much you allow yourself to have fun. So go out there, have some fun, and these changes then get to happen in your home also. Maybe have certain changes, either physical changes or environmental or spiritual changes in your home. But know that you need to please be patient and forgiving of yourself, because Saturn is in your sign. It's going to go visit Scorpio just for a little, and then it's going to go back to your sign and stay there for about 3 years. But you as an individual Sagittarius will only feel it for about 9 months. Will feel that. Okay. So patience, patience, patience. But you guys are a mutable sign with a lot of flexibility, and you like change. So you're good with that. Okay, thank you, Sagittarius. And Capricorn, your home area is changing. Who you see yourself inside, the way you relate also to the feminine essence and energies, either be it your mother or other females, okay? Who is living in your home, and maybe you're constructing or moving, but or you're buying another home, and things are really changing. But all this is very important because the communication, this is happening probably through your siblings or cousins, or maybe you're moving within the same neighborhood, okay, or you're buying and then, you know, selling. So but this is all this communication, you know. Make sure your computers are backed up and your telephones are up to date. It's a good time since Mercury is not retrograde. And you know, and just make sure that if you don't have to sign anything until after August 1st. I know some of you people going, that's all I do in my business is sign, sign, sign. Like, oops. Well, You know, if you yourself have Saturn retrograde and you're not sure, give me a holler and I'll tell you in your chart. But if you yourself have Saturn retrograde, then it's easier, you know. But if not, then it makes it a little bit more difficult, okay, to start a new project or sign on anything, because we need to be very detailed. Make sure, even though you might be the most detailed Virgo in the world, you know, with Virgo rising and somehow with, you know, having some luminaries in your sixth house and being the most anal, you could still miss something. And I'm not trying to put negativity out there at all. I'm just saying, love yourself, watch, protect it. People sometimes disillusion us, or we allow disillusionment, not necessarily because people are trying to blind us, but they didn't see certain things coming, or they weren't looking far enough into the future either. Okay, I know that sometimes my son's like, Mommy, be in the moment more, be in the moment. You're thinking way too far. And, you know, and perhaps so, but at least the steps that I'm making going there, okay, is for that planning. So Capricorn, be aware of that, all right? And that also changing of how you're appearing to people and how you want to appear. So, and that's all good, you know. I know with Pluto in your sign for a while, it's been a little bit difficult, but you're doing well, and it's moving on, okay? You probably will only feel it for like about a couple years per sign, so don't be so frustrated with it. Okay, thank you, Capricorn. Namaste. And let's go to Aquarius. Aquarius, we are having changes here. Goodness, on the third house. So if you haven't yet, check up on your computers, phones, make sure all that's up to date, backed up, and your car. It's also technology, okay? And I know that I have an Aquarius moon, and that affects us too, you know. So that I've been having to do things on my car. Never mind that. Sometimes I just feel like saying, let me get a new car. Okay, but your finances are going to be changing and effective about this also. Perhaps also you're giving a class through media or some kind of technological class, and it's going to up your finances and give you opportunities. And this is going to really help you, you know, take an introspective look within yourself and give you more privacy, more time to yourself, but to still get more financially and to be able to share with other people. You're very sharing a sign, very fixed sign. So this is a good thing, you know. Just make sure it is all up to date, so that way you have more to share, you know, be a contributing member of society. I'm not laughing about that. I'm just laughing about that, how, you know, redundant I can sound sometimes, but you know, it is a good thing. You're having opportunities also to connect with family members, either your cousins or your siblings, all right, or people in your neighborhood. So maybe that class is through someone else, or you know, one of those three groups, or you're offering that class to them. So it could be one-on-one or as in a group. So enjoy more, all right, Aquarius, and have fun with that. Pisces, 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 your finances are changing, okay? It's like, wow, you know, and because of that, you're making changes, appearances on you, how you see yourself, how you don't want to be looked upon anymore. You're also changing your goals because of those finances, the way your morals, the way you saw yourself, and the way, you know, you used your morals as a way to analyze your limits and boundaries are changing. Are you using those morals because they're ones that you actually respect, or they're just ones that are instilled upon you and that you remotely have been using without thinking on a daily basis, and you're like, I guess it's what it is, you know? And so it can be going against you. So know that having that, all right, can cause situations, but make sure that those morals are really helping you go towards your goal. And your goals are changing because you are no longer the same person you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And so because of that, you know, the goals are changing, and so are the type of friends. Remember, they need to represent you. Are your friends really being something of positive, or are they pulling you down? Okay, because if they're pulling you down, then you need to really think twice. Are they being vampire energies? energetic vampires, or are you being supportive of your friends too? Okay, so make sure it's a fair exchange on that, and make sure you're developing your self-worth. You know, it's a good time to go see a healer to really let go some of that baggage, all right, with this a solar eclipse happening in your sign, and just let it all go, and just take a deep breath and really, really breathe in, all right, and see that, wow, you know, okay, I had certain goals, but now they're being adjusted. And you might have thought it was going to be one thing, but now it's a different. But the good thing about it is you guys are a mutable sign. You're a flexible sign, so you don't mind change. You can handle it. Just don't take it so personal as that any change is a form of rejection, because it's not. It's not a form of rejection. It's just a saying, hello, we're back, and thank you for watching. I'm Sirena Nereida, and we're going to look with the oracle cards regarding this solar eclipse. You know, we do the general, okay, what's occurring generally with the Pisces, not with Pisces sign, but because the solar eclipse is in Pisces, not with individuals. Then we do aspects, planetary and luminary aspects. We do the zodiac forecast, okay, for each individual sign. And then we do oracle, tarot cards, crystals. Okay, and so while I'm shuffling this up for the oracle cards, let's talk about some crystals. The crystals that are very, very, that represent Pisces are going to be your amethyst, your blue aventurine. Okay, so you have your amethyst, all right, your labradorite. Okay, any other kind of also turquoise, believe it or not, turquoise. Okay, abalone. Also too is your lapis lazuli, also known as the philosopher's stone, and amethyst is also known as the healer stone. All right, rose quartz, also I have that, okay, for love and compassion. And there you go also. And black and white pearls, okay, be careful with the white pearls, because white pearls can enhance any emotion that you have going on. So if you have a negative emotion or depressive or sad, or you're watching a movie, it'll enhance that. Moldavite also is a stone for the third eye for Pisces. The only thing is with Moldavite, it will also enhance by several times, okay, whatever emotion and vibration you're giving out. So if you're giving out anger, it's going to bring in a lot of anger. If you're giving out happiness, it's going to give out a lot of happiness. So, you know, that's something to remember. I always like to wear Moldavite when I'm working with clients, you know, to help stay clairvoyant, and then clairaudio. Okay, and also to when I give the healings, very much to make it a little bit stronger. When you use Moldavite and all these stones, always make sure that you clear them. Okay, when I say clear them, I have right here, I would have already went out the candle, selenite, or overnight with the selenite lamp. See right there, I got it. Okay, selenite lamp, you know. So, all right. And so make sure you clear those energies every so often. All right, to make sure that, ooh, do I have a balance? It's not going to fall. All right. There we go. So to clear those energies and make sure that those things are working well. So now I'm going to separate these cards. Okay. And I like to always go like this, a little bit different here. I'm going to shuffle them a little bit more. When we did this in Spanish, it was very interesting, you know. You got to pay attention. So I'm curious what's going to happen in the English. Sometimes I do it separate, and sometimes I don't. So we're going to see. Okay. And why did I pick the Mermaid, Adoring Virtues, Mermaids, and Dolphin cards? Because with the Pisces being Jupiter and Neptune, ruler of the oceans, voila, you know, hence That's my name, Sirena Nereida. Nereida is my biological name. Yes, it's not something I named myself. And it is from the 50 daughters of the sea god Nuis. Okay, they were the mermaids, different from sirens, okay? So, but in Spanish we don't have a difference between siren and mermaid, but they were the mermaids, okay? And the most, just so you know, the most famous mermaid of all is Thetis, which is the mother, okay, of Achilles. A lot of people don't know that, but Thetis was the mother of Achilles, you know, and she mated with a mortal. It happens, you know, sometimes mermaids do that. And she had a wonderful, strong Aquarian son named Achilles. So just a little thing. So anyway, so let's see what this has for us. Self-employment, okay? So this is telling us, it says you're a born entrepreneur and your business is surrounded by magical opportunities, okay? So I guess in English, we're having, you know, my English speakers, my Anglo speakers are having a different energy than what was required with my Spanish speakers. And this is self-employment. And self-employment is really taking things upon ourselves. One, we're saying we got talent to share. We're also saying that I'm going to be my own boss. I'm not going to go by someone else's standards, someone else's time, and I'm willing to put myself out there, take fault when things aren't going wrong, but also take, you know, pride when things, and happiness when things are going well. We're also saying that you know, we have those opportunities to completely give and share with others. After all, our number one thing for us is to grow while we're here on this planet. And from there, you know, from growing is to show kindness and compassion and relate to one another. We grow a lot through relations, you know. And a good friend of mine used even the example, a lot of people think relations has to do with people. But he brought up the movie Castaway and mentioned, you know, how our relations are with nature when people aren't around. So sometimes people want to get away from other people because they're just tired of it, but they'll still have to grow through relating in their surroundings. And anyway, with this is to allow ourselves to relate and to share no matter what is going on, okay? And we get to give of ourselves, really. But when you're in a business, that means we also need to receive. So make sure you are receiving and asking for what your gifts are of value, okay? And if people are not automatically, you know, sharing it in return, it's okay to just not do business with them anymore. There's a lot of emotional vampires out there. People, if you notice that certain people are pushing you away or just don't give you the attention that you used to get, think about what it is that you're doing differently. Take responsibility, especially if you're an adult. If you're an adult, you need to give equal and receive equal, give equal energy, okay? In every aspect. If not, you are considered an emotional vampire. Now, I know that sounds harsh on my part to be so critical, so Dr. Phil, and I used to really think, you know, gosh, God, why did you make me a healer? Yet I have some stern ideas. I'm very compassionate with my clients when they come, and I understand that a lot of us, because every life coach, every astrologer, every healer nutritionist, we are going through things ourselves, okay? We are never complete masters. If we were and had no issues, we wouldn't be here anymore, okay? Let's be honest. So, but we expect to have different issues, not the same issues. When we're having the same issues over and over again, wake up, you know? But I asked, you know, it's like, why? Well, with my Mercury and Leo in the first house, he knew very well. The universe, source, and God knew very well. And maybe it's what we needed. So even though you wanted some, you know, straight out in your eyes, in your face situation, I try to give it a little softer touch to it so that way it doesn't hurt too much. But I think because, and we're seeing more people like that, because, you know, the universe and God's kind of like, come on people, wake up already. There's no excuses. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the major arcanas, okay, of the tarot cards, and I'm going to shuffle them. All right. And another thing to remember, and during this time while I'm shuffling, I'm going to talk about the body. So because Pisces represents the feet, the stomach, that's why sometimes they have problems with their feet. And also known to be great dancers, okay? You have bunions or something. Think about it. Do you have a strong luminary in your 12th house or in Pisces? Okay. Also, your stomach. A lot of Piscean have ulcers, okay? Stomach ulcers. And then because they don't know how to discern when dealing in relationships. And then also too, Piscean, there's a certain, that's a good. And my notes here. This is my little Bible, okay? I always told my son, there's ever a fire, grab this letter, okay? On my little notes that have yet to memorize. I know, some of you guys like, well, memorize it. Well, anyway, so, where do I have it here? I do have it, trust me. So, oh my goodness gracious. Well, during this time while I'm looking at it, let me also share with you that this is an important time to be a compassionate servant. Okay, discriminately romantic, you know. A humble artisan, yet logically adaptable, okay. Scientifically artistic also, you know, when you use those lines. I know sometimes my son does too. Oh my God, I can't find what I'm looking for. This is funny because I usually have everything right there. And what's going on with me? Ah, voila, it's coming to pieces. Look at, sorry, okay. And so a good iron phosphate, that's what I wanted to tell you. Taking iron phosphate. Now remember my disclaimer, medical disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. Yes, I'm an alkaline nutritionist, you know, an intuitive astrologer and life coach. But please, before taking anything, ask your doctor, refer to your doctor, okay? I accept no responsibilities. That's for my lawyers probably saying, good girl, okay? And so, anyway, so with also problems, typical problems with Pisces. Ooh, I was shuffling cards. With Pisces is lameness, addictions. Oh, how many? The majority of suicides through overdoses are by Pisceans. Either that they're sun sign, ascendant sign, or moon sign, okay? Acne, all right? So, taking iron phosphate, enough iron, so take your spinach, your nuts, okay, your chicken, turkey, all right, and your seafood, very, very important. Okay, and so other aspects, the liver, make sure they easily get fat in certain areas, okay, the adipose tissues. Of course, we talked about the pineal gland and pituitary gland. In fact, the meditation is all focused on that, and your adrenal glands, okay? And so, please be aware. Remember, too, if you're doing yoga, be gentle with yourself or any sports, especially within 5 days of the solar eclipse. Drink a lot of water, a lot of water. Alkaline, Fiji, any spring water. No, I'm not getting paid by Fiji. In fact, I'd rather you not buy Fiji because the water is wonderfully great. I just don't like and agree with the company. I know I'm very adamant, very honest with certain things, okay? And so, well, it is what it is, okay? I see through certain things. So here we go. Let's cut the cards and see what is the tarot card. Since we know what the oracle card was saying to us, all right, is employ ourselves, okay, learn to do those things and give. So here we go, we have the world. Oh my gosh, this is great, because with the world, what is the world mostly composed of? Water, okay? And you see we have here on the bottom we have two fixed signs. We have the lion and we have, you know, the bull. All right, and then we have man and the eagle up on top. Okay, and so it's just really showing of what it is. And the world is feminine, not masculine but feminine, and we have these masculine energies that surround the world and protect us. And really, you know, we don't say Father Gaia, we usually say Father Time and Space, but it's Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, the feminine essence. So really take that feminine essence and nourish, give, be creative, plant a garden, you know, give love, compassion, and healing, and allow those masculine energies to surround you and guide you and be and protect you. And that is so wonderful there. So that is the tarot crystals and the body portion of this program. And please stay to continue, you know, with the herbs and meditation and yoga. Bye-bye. Well, for the pineal gland, Pisces pineal gland chakra, and the Pisces sign, lavender is a wonderful herb. Okay, you can add it to your chicken, to your meals, make a tea, relax, and the essential oils are just wonderful for relaxing, putting it on the temple. Okay, basil is also good, because here we have Thai basil, and it really opens up the pineal gland. It decalcifies, okay? So that is really a nice thing to consider too. And if not, you know, you can do the essential oil, but straight basil is always better. And blueberries. Blueberries is a wonderful food. Any foods that are dark blue or deep red, like raspberries, boysenberries, even wine will help open up the pineal gland chakra. Okay, and we're sticking with the colors of dark blue and the purples and the deep, you know, burgundy reds. Okay, so much of our berries, except your gooseberries, as long as they're a dark, deep color, you know, with the violet base. Also, too, the rosemary is very good. It's good for cooking and also putting in the essential oils. So all these different herbs that I've shared with you, all right, they can be either eaten, mixed in with some oils like coconut oil, okay, and put on your body, on your face, depending on which kind, and also, you know, to eat. Very helps open up that pineal gland and get you more in touch. We're going to do the meditation now, the English meditation for the pineal gland, the third eye, the brow chakra. And the reason why we do the brow chakra, the third eye, is because of Pisces. Pisces is about intuition, imagination, so that also rules the pineal and pituitary. Its initial lord or ruler is Jupiter. So, and of course, Jupiter, which rules also Sagittarius, you know, of the more of what's out there in esoteric and metaphysical world. So at this time, please get your meditation music, or you're welcome to listen to what I have here. Let's see. Okay, I do have something that's nice. You're like, sure you do. Okay, can't find it. And let's go right here. You're like, come on. In the meantime, please get a blanket, a thin one, or some sockies, because you know, when we are still, we're calm, we're doing our Merkaba breathings, sometimes we get a chill, because when our body's at a state of rest, it cools down. All right, so I have what I like to use. This is a called a yoga shawl. All right, many years ago, my mother made this for me, and she made one for herself too. It goes around the head like this, you know, and gonna just sit around yourself, you know, so that way you can keep warm. Okay, it's not that cold that I need the hood. Okay, so we're just going to, you know, put a little blanket. Make sure your spine is straight. Your chin is a little bit lower because you don't need to be too high. All right, a little bit lower, so that way you can look down. And if you have any crystals you want, I have my selenite lamp. I have my amethyst, jade, selenite, Himalayan, you know, and I always keep my amethyst in my hands too. All right, so anything of that matter. And sure, you have a quiet environment, you know, and you can relax. If you want to lie down, if you fall asleep, that's quite all right. Okay, this is meditation for the third eye, all right, and the Ajna chakra, by the way. And before, in case I don't get it to videotape, I'm still missing video tapes of the different positions for the yoga positions for the different chakras. Let me just mention now that, you know, in my notes I have here is, please try with yourself within 5 days of the solar eclipse, all right? And it's also 5 days within the lunar eclipse, because we are all energy and the energy is being pulled more so. So good yoga poses are the eagle pose, cobra, headstand, child's pose. All right, so it's got a good 4 poses there. And if you need to start, you know, do 1, but build it up to 3. It's really good. Okay, especially up to 7. So again, that's eagle pose. You know, all right, cobra, headstand, and child's pose. Okay. When we get on there. So, but hopefully I get the video out and be able to add it to the program. Okay, so now we're going to start. And at this time, make sure the spine is straight. Make sure you do your Merkaba breathing, abdominal reading. And at this time, at your brow chakra, make sure your eyes are looking upward to your brow chakra. Imagine a 5-pointed star. And keep breathing, and while you see that 5-pointed star in your brow chakra, imagine 1 point. Imagine the middle of that star, clear healing light. Towards the middle, a dark blue. Go. And then towards the outer side of it, a dark purple, blending into the background. At this time, we've got to have us, if we could drop down into our heart chakra while we're, if we could get into that elevator to start with you. Ah, there you go, into your heart chakra. Now put that back to the third eye. There. Breathe in. Make sure you're breathing in. Remember Merkaba breathing. Breathe in for 5, inhale for 5. While you're maintaining it, you're feeling that air, that breath, that oxygen travel all the way upward inside, all the way back to the back of your head, down your spinal cord, all the way down to your haunches, your hips, to perineum, and then back up again. Exhale. When you exhale, make sure you get it all out of your abdominal region. Okay? And again, please breathe. Continue to breathe for me. While you're breathing, that star there, imagine one of the points facing all the way to the crown chakra, and it's extending, and it's growing and ending past the top of your head, and it's just growing, and that is growing. You got two more points that are in opposite direction, extending itself, going through your shoulders. Wow. All the way down your arms, your elbows, your fingers. Get those points growing. Inhale. With every exhale, it grows more. Inhale. And every exhale grows more. Then we have two more points that are growing on the bottom through our hips. This is when we want more on our hips, ladies. And our thighs, down our knees, way down to ankles and our feet. Let those lights, those points, those rays of those points of the stars just extend past fingers. Okay? Kind of look like that picture of oh God, Michael, you know, the man with the circle around it. Your feet, the light just going past feet into Mother Gaia. Oh, and you're just being so connected to the world, to humanity, and to the universe. Let it extend outward. And as it extends, that white light is being it's past you. You are now in the middle of that white light of star. And it's expanding and growing and growing. And as it's expanding, that as you look upward, you're seeing clouds. The white light is taking form to clouds. And those clouds are taking shape and becoming thinner and thinner. And as they become thin like cirrus clouds, start noticing a light blue, clear sky. Clear, no chemtrails, no airplanes, no jets. And you breathe. You see up and you see. And while you're meditating, you're looking directly with your eyes open into the sun, receiving its vitamin D3. It is safe to look at the sun during meditation directly. It opens up our pineal gland, decalcifies it. And just enjoy the warmth of the sun caressing you, filling you in as you're connected beyond all time and space. And as you're feeling the warmth of the sun, you're feeling the light wetness hitting you. And beautiful, beautiful rhythms. You look lower and you see the waves. Those are beautiful waves. Beautiful turquoise, green turquoise water. Oh, and the ocean spray is so refreshing. You feel the energy and the strength of the sun. And you feel the refreshing, nurturing of the sea. The sea has the feminine, is always giving, creating, and producing. And it's always, we got to follow the rhythms, the sea that's within us. Some of the waves are bigger at times. We could get knocked down, but Gotta get back up and surf those waves. Sometimes we want the waves to be big because we were challenging ourselves. It's a little bit of ego there, but if not putting anybody else at risk, it's okay. Feel the water by your toes. As you feel the sun warming you. And as you look to your left, feeling and smelling beautiful, delicious aromas. And you see there's a little garden, plumerias, yellow, pink, and reds. Hibiscus, also yellow, white, and red ones. Even orange hibiscus. And there's a shrub of gardenias. There's one that's yellow, and also yellow, white, and behind all that, see the pink and smell the pink jasmine. Oh, we have the strength and nourishment and warmth of the sun. We have the creativity and also the refreshment and nourishment, and sometimes the tranquility of the ocean. And here we have the beauty, opening all our senses, keeping us all connected to Mother Gaia during the solar eclipse. And as we look to our right, you can see the palm trees. Some are tall and some are bended. And we think as we go and touch the palm trees, be the tree huggers that we are, we sit underneath them, we caress its trunk, its strength and durability. Imagine what they go through of that crazy female, feminine shadow essence side that the ocean has to offer. And yet they still produce. Sometimes they need to be always grounded. To take that into consideration, remember what the trees give us. That though those are very deep, we must still be stable and we must be wise. Because sometimes those trees have to bend to find the sun. They're not going to just let itself die. It's going to search. And it's going to offer it still because it has something to offer, because it is worthy and deserving. As we look behind us, we see a nice big, well, not too big, a nice boulder there. Nice big rock. We climb it, climbing on the little ones to help us on. And on it, our meditation style, like Christ, like God, Buddha. Just feeling the warmth of the rock, energizing our hips all the way through our spinal cord, all the way up our chakras, expanding. Oh, keep star and warms the sun and the nourishment of the sun. Oh, there's the shade of the trees and the beauty and elegance, tranquility of the flowers, and the nourishment and refreshing and rhythmic vibrations of the water. and the rock. We only hurt ourselves when we go against the rock instead of using the rock to go further. It's a place of quiet, restful, calm time. This is a time to allow intuition grow. Give thanks for everything that Mother Nature, Mother Gaia has offered us. Do you know how wonderfully smart and knowledgeable the trees and palm trees and rocks and ocean are? We give off carbon dioxide and they don't complain. Flexible, they take that carbon dioxide and create oxygen. You need to take those into account and use positive in life. Use more discernment. Only create those around us, enjoy those around us who are wonderfully in energy exchange with us. And breathe. Now you're on the rock. You're expanded, this tranquil, relaxing paradise. Just let yourself float into that star. Just float. Be one. Slow back down to the rock. I know, I don't want to come back either. Feel the warmth of the rock. Touch the rock underneath you. Hug yourself, seal it. Let's give thanks to Mother Gaia, to the universe, namaste, to Source, and to your choice of God. And slowly, when you are ready, please open your eyes slowly, carefully. Take your time. And after, please eat something with iron like nuts or peanut butter or spinach. As you open your eyes, I would like to say thank you. It's been a privilege. It's always a privilege when you invite me into your lives. And wow, you know, I've gotten more and more subscribers, and I thank you. Thank you for sharing and liking. If you have personal questions regarding your life or astrologically speaking, send me a message, okay? Let's keep it private, not put comments. Sometimes I delete comments because other people are making rude comments. And I want to say thank you for your donations. It's wonderful. I mean, 50 cents is 50 cents. And let me tell you, that adds up. It is like, wow, thank you, okay? I wouldn't want, you know, that just shows gratitude and appreciation for the time that we spent. Anybody who offers an astrology program away from our friends and our family and our career, you know, to share with you, okay? To help guide and make life easier for you. So always that gratitude, you know, is always appreciated, you know, and if you can't, you know, just sharing it with others and having more subscribers is wonderful and kind. So check us out. I'm also, you know, a performer of Hawaiian hula with Quipo Hula in Southern California. So if you ever need anybody, wherever ages, to 87, and I know when I grow up I want to be like that. And so you know, let's see, might be something. Oh, you know, please take care of yourselves during this time, please, and know that I'm also available for tarot cards, aside for psychic readings. I know I do tarot parties also. Well, you know, astrology and life coaching. Okay, so any kind of healing. And I do a lot of different energy modalities, you know, Reiki, Theta, Access Consciousness, you know, just to name a few. And so Cosmic Conscious. And thank you again. This is Sirena Nereida with Celestial Soul Wellness. Namaste. And Chaucito.